a decorator who used dogs to torture and slaughter more than 100 wild animals, has been jailed for nearly 3 years. Daniel Taylor admitted his guilt in what Nottinghamshire police described as one of their most extreme animal cruelty cases in a quarter of a century. Well, the judge at Nottingham Crown Court told Taylor that he was sadistic. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Me a man who can do that.
Bragging about the trophies of barbaric attacks on wild animals, Taylor filmed hundreds of these videos, many far too graphic to share. He trained his 4 dogs to maim and kill wild deer, as well as foxes, badgers and a pigeon. Taylor admitted causing unnecessary suffering to protected animals for what the prosecution described as sadistic pleasure.
He trained his dogs to attack wild animals, and then he'd actively look for locations where he could find those animals, set his dogs on them, and then record his dogs essentially ripping the animals to pieces.
And how horrified were you by what Taylor did?
The videos are horrific, but also the sound. So to hear a badger screaming essentially as it's being ripped in half is really horrific, and is something that's stayed with me for a long time.
At Taylor's home in Worksop, officers found what they described as a slaughterhouse. Alongside these deer skulls were freshly killed animals and this bloodstained quad bike too. Today he was jailed for 32 months. Taylor covered his face as he arrived at Nottingham Crown Court before explaining himself without legal representation. Taylor told the court, "I went hunting and I took it a bit far." But the judge, Mark Watson, didn't accept that. He described it as a barbaric hobby. "You revelled in the suffering of these animals," the judge said, and those animals were in immense pain.
The cruelty that was inflicted on these animals is unparalleled in terms of things that I've seen while I've been in the police service. So I think that was the primary thing, but then also the fact that he seemed to delight in it, which is concerning, because generally we find that people who commit offences against animals and against wildlife will also commit offences against human beings as well.
Taylor's also been banned from keeping dogs for at least 7 years, and the police hope his prison sentence sends a clear message that animal cruelty is a serious crime. Jeremy Ball, BBC's Midlands Today, Nottingham.